Teacher!
Mother?
Secret lover.
We are going to talk about the new James Spader show, The Blacklist.
Speaking of Pretty in Pink, because we were having a private conversation about Pretty in Pink before we started this. And James Spader. Come on now. Come on.
Still?
The Blacklist, he shaved his head, which is really sad because James Spader, despite there is like a little male pattern baldness going on, has beautiful blonde hair. Like, it's gorgeous. They even pull up old file photos for him for the show, and like, they're wonderful photos. Like, he has a mane in one of them, and I'm just, that's the Spader I love.
Yeesh.
He's a little puffy. He's a little puffy in this. Looking a little puffy, but still dressed very fine.
Nice hat.
Blacklist, which just premiered, new hour drama starring James Spader. People love James Spader. The show will probably be on for a while. Look at Boston Legal. He is an ex-FBI top agent who went rogue and like sold to the highest bidder all these secrets, and he provides for world-class criminals.
He is the concierge of crime, as they call him.
I didn't hear anyone call him that in the episode.
It's what they say. You know what they call him in the papers? Concierge of crime.
Well, the papers are full of idiots.
This show, to put it bluntly, is Hannibal. It's him. It's this master criminal who talks like a very sophisticated gentleman, working with the FBI, but refusing
to speak to anyone except a young ingenue.
Yeah, who in this show he seems to have some sort of connection to that she's not aware of. There's definitely a deep secret in there. There's something going on.
There's a deep secret, and we're gonna get it out of you, James Spader.
Ultimately, the way the show is set up, the way that their conversations happen, the way they speak to each other, the way that's all done, it's Hannibal. Like at one point, I think he even says, I think we were talking over it, so you might have missed it, but he says, quid pro quo. Like, he says that line, and I'm just like, that's a line from something. Like, that's it.
When the female character first meets him, he is in a very scary, like overly protected holding cell.
As if he could eat you if he had the chance. But as far as we know, not a part of this character's MO to eat people.
No.
But the bizarre thing about it being, like, it's fine. Okay, if you want to do like a Hannibal type show, great. However, this is an NBC show. NBC literally has a show on now called Hannibal about Hannibal Lecter. Like, I don't know why you need two shows that use these same kind of images and ideas at the same time.
And let's take a moment to think about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it our place to try and understand what NBC is doing? NBC is the pretty girl from high school who's now aging poorly, and life just didn't go the way she thought it was gonna be. I mean, back in high school, she had 3 boyfriends named Franziar and Seinfeld, and I mean, now she's got, The Voice?
So it's got like a sugar daddy, I guess, is what you would call that.
Yeah, maybe. Things just aren't going well for NBC. Life isn't turning out the way that she thought it would.
No.
And the harsh light of day is shining right in her eyes.
So she's turning to a James Spader Hannibal impression.
Yeah, I mean, the show itself is pretty standard when you're watching it for 1 hour drama pilot. Things take a while to get out, you're kind of bored, me and Nolan made fun of it. But I mean, it does have its highlight scenes where characters do some neat stuff, and it's interesting.
There's a couple unexpected moments. Not that they're necessarily good moments. They're just there. I think that the Clarice Starling character, Elizabeth, whatever her name is, Elizabeth Keene character isn't particularly interesting. She
sounded interesting when she described herself.
Yeah, when they got her to expose on herself.
At one point, they asked her to describe herself, and she said every trait that we in no way had seen.
Yeah,
because we'd already met her, and we'd already seen her in her daily life. And then she's asked to describe herself, and every word she used was nothing we had seen and nothing we ever saw for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, she just gave basically exposition and backstory on her own character. The only cool thing she does is when she stabs James Spader in the throat. That was like the one moment where I was like, oh crap, I don't care.
She stabbed him pretty good. Right in the throat.
Yeah, with a pen.
With a pen!
Overall, what did you think of the show?
You know what? I'm gonna keep watching it. I thought it was interesting. Hannibal hasn't met Clarice Starling on the show Hannibal yet. He's still with Will Graham, so I mean, I'll get my fix through this. It did have like a couple like little hooks that dug into me, like his obsession, the husband, you know, that kind of stuff. Like it has its hooks. It'll get into you. I'm gonna keep watching it. I will probably give The Blacklist 3 young, beautiful James Spaders in a white suit smoking outside of his high school near his Porsche out of 5.
I'll give it 2 Molly Ringwald should have chosen duckies out of 5.
Pretty in pink theme for The Blacklist.
James Spader.
James Spader, he ties it all together. So yeah, that's The Blacklist. I mean, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, let us know. In the words of Rhett Butler, we don't give a damn, but, you know, it's the internet. You'll say whatever the fuck you want anyways.
You do that.
Mm-hmm.